Hello and welcome everyone to this lesson where we will be designing and animating these beautiful color bars. So let's jump to our class project. Let's duplicate the last slide. As you have probably noticed in the few previous lessons, we have been working only in the normal view because, well, we have pretty much created all of the layouts that we need. Right, so to create this infographic, it's actually possible to create it purely in PowerPoint. We'll have to create a couple of rectangles, then copy them, then stretch this copy. But the big challenge comes when we have to join these two groups. As you can see in the original, we have to create this kind of angled shape, and for that we can use this freeform shape tool. But the problem is that it's actually not so easy to exactly click on the points and to draw a precise shape. So basically have to eyeball, and the result is not, as you can see, pretty precise. So what I suggest, let's just print screen this slide. Let's paste this print screen into our slide as a picture. Let me just crop it to 16 by 9. Alright, and let's cut this photo and let's paste it into Inkscape, a free vector program. So we'll use a little bit of Inkscape to help us create that infographic. So once again, let's create a rectangle. Hold down the Control key to create a perfect rectangle, and now let's just create 3 more copies. Alright, let me change up the fill colors so that we can better see the rectangles. Now let's select all of them and let's group them into one group. And let's move them to the side of the slide. Let's increase the size of these rectangles. Hold down the Control key while you're doing it. And now let's just duplicate this group. Let's move it aside a little bit and let's make it smaller. Now let's make sure that these two groups are aligned to the middle. Just like that. Let's make a slightly bigger gap, just like that. And now we can stretch this second group to the side. And now we can ungroup everything and we can use the Bezier tool. So this is basically the PowerPoint freeform shape tool alternative. And as you can see, it's really easy to draw these connecting shapes because you can easily snap to corners. So that's really useful and easy. Click, click, double click. And now we can fill these custom shapes that we just drew with the same colors. And voila, we're pretty much finished. We can delete this background photo. And now let me just resize this whole document to the size of our infographic. Let's just hit on this picture, resize. And now all we have to do is to export or to save as SVG. And now we can go to Insert, choose Pictures, and select this SVG that we have just created. That's awesome. Now we can convert it to shape, and now we can do everything and anything that we want with this shape, because it's, just a regular shape. Alright, so let's resize. And now we can ungroup everything, and let's fill these shapes with our beautiful colors from our custom color palette. Just like that. As you can see, I'm making this middle shape a little bit darker, just to add this 3D depth look. Now let me just quickly add some icons from our previous slide. And let me add some text boxes from my original slide just to save some time. Hit Control to make some quick copies. Now let's update the numbers and let's update the fill color of these bubbles. And now let's just make some groups. So select these guys and make group. Hit Control G to quickly make groups. Grouping these guys will help us to animate everything. So you can see this is a group and this is a group. That's awesome. Alright, so let's continue with animations. As we can see, titles have animations. And for the rest of these shapes, we'll have to add a wipe animation. Let's choose from right. Let's make sure it starts after previous this time. 0.25 seconds for the duration. Now let's just use the animation painter. Let's double click it and let's paste this same animation to the rest of the shapes. Just like that. Alright, and this is how it looks like on the full screen. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know how you can create your own awesome